So I've gone ahead and joined the side. Having completed it all, I'll go ahead and put it onto our dress form just to check the fit. Hello beautiful people, I'm Abby and you're welcome to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to use your basic bodice or torso block to make your toile, also called muslin, mock version or trial version. If you are yet to draft your block, you can use the tutorial in my previous video to draft your block using your personal measurements. See the link here and in the description below. I also have an updated version of the tutorial for drafting your block, which you can get by downloading my ebook for a token amount. Click the link in the description below to get it. Making your toile is a good way to check the fit of your block, so let's get right to it. But before we start, I would like to say a big thank you to all my subscribers. And for those that are just tuning in, you're highly welcome. Please do well to subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos. Thank you. The items I need for creating the toile is the set of basic bodice block, pencil, paper scissors, ruler, thread, fabric scissors, pattern paper, and of course the fabric. This is a woven fabric, so it has no stretch and it's a cotton fabric. This is called calico, which is a very user-friendly fabric. So that's what I'll be using to create this toile today. Without wasting any further time, let's jump straight into it. So here I have the set of basic bodice block. Just bring them out. I've got the front, the back, and the sleeve, and these are the darted bodice blocks. They have been created using the instruction from this manual. Although I have a basic bodice block making video, but this is an upgraded version from what I have, on my previous video. So if you would like to know how to create it this way, I advise you to go ahead and buy my pattern drafting book. So here I have the book. This is the hard copy, and you can get this using the link that I'll leave for you below. Also, if you would prefer the ebook, you can also go ahead and download it from my website. I'll also leave the link for you in the description below. So I went ahead and traced around the blocks, the front and the back, making sure to mark the notches. I also transferred the darts. So here I have the back with the dart here and also the dart here. Bear in mind that this dart can be transferred to the shoulder, but in this case I'm going to leave it this way and then just sew it up on the side. This is just to point towards the shoulder bone. And then I've also got the waist dart. Now for the front, I also went ahead and transferred all the darts. So this is the bust dart, the waist dart, and also marked the notch and the armhole. So this is all fully ready now. Next, I'll go ahead and apply seam allowances all through. I would not apply any seam allowance at the neck. I'll go ahead and apply the seam allowances on the shoulder, the armhole, the side seam, and then I would not need to apply any here. I will also go ahead and apply some seam allowance here to use and sew up a zip or to pin it together to test the fit. On the front, I'll go ahead and apply the seam allowance at the shoulder, the armhole, the side seam. There will be no seam allowance on the front because this will be cut on the fold, and there will be no seam allowance at the hem. So lastly on this one, I'm just going to go ahead as well and place the grain line. So I'm going to place the grain line parallel to the center front. Okay, so here is my grain line, and also mark the fact that it's going to be cut on the fold. So I'm just going to go ahead and denote that as well. Okay, so this just shows that this will be cut on the fold. At the back, I'll go ahead as well and mark the grain line. So for the sleeve as well, I went ahead and traced out the sleeve onto pattern paper, making sure to mark the notches, the back notch and the front notch. I also went ahead and marked the center where the sleeve will be at the shoulder point. But I'm just going to go and make a little explanation for you. This shoulder point on the sleeve doesn't necessarily need to fall on the center line. This is how you calculate it. So you measure the back armhole and then go ahead and measure from the sleeve crown depth line, measure all the way along the armhole line up to the point where it reaches. So you mark that point. And then you also go ahead and take the front, measure the front armhole, and then you also go ahead and measure it all the way from here across like so. Sleeve head is usually a little bit more than the armhole. So what you do is you take the middle point of the difference, and that will be where you mark your notch for the shoulder point. So having completed this now, I'm also going to go ahead and apply the seam allowance all through. So I've gone ahead and applied 3/8 inch seam allowance like so, and also on the front and on the back. So next I'll cut it out. Okay, now I have everything cut out, so I'm just going to label this. This is the back, and it will be cut 2, which is 1 pair. Okay, and then this is the front, and this will be cut 1 on fold. And then this is the sleeve, and this is cut 2, 1 pair. And also this is the grain line. This center line of the sleeve will serve as the grain line as well. So we have everything set now. I'm just going to go ahead and place the notches so that it will make it easy for us to notch as we cut out on fabric. If you would like to shop these items I'm using here, I'll leave the description below with a link for you to be able to purchase these items. I'm also going to go ahead and notch that one. Because this is really small, I'm not going to create any opening. I'll just mark it on the fabric when I cut it out. Okay, so now everything is ready. I'll go ahead now and lay it out on the fabric. So here I have my fabric folded in 2, and this is the selvage. So you can see this part that has a clean finish is the selvage. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay it that way. So now make sure to place the grain line will be parallel to this selvage. So I'm going to place this grain line parallel to this selvage. But on this side, because this is on fold, I will turn it this way and place it to the other end of this fabric, like so. So I have it on fold, like this. So it is still parallel to the selvage, but now it's on fold, as the instruction on the pattern says. And then lastly is the sleeve. Now I just need to check the sleeve grain line, so I have to make sure that I've got it to be the same. So I'll just place it this way and check. Pin it here, and also check that it's the same over here. Okay, so that's it. So now I have all the pattern pieces properly laid out. I'll go ahead and cut it out. So now I have everything cut out. I'm just going to go ahead and apply the notches. The notches are very important for easy sewing, to make it easier to sew accurately. I finished applying all the notches. Just one more left, the center back line. I need to notch that as well, so that I will know where to attach the zip from. Okay, so that's it. And then finally, I'm now going to go ahead and transfer the dart points. So I'm now going to use a fabric chalk to transfer the dart marks. Press my pin through like so. So now all my points have been transferred. So I'll go ahead and do the same on the front as well. So now that all my darts and notches have been transferred, I'm just going to take off the pattern pieces, and then we'll go ahead and sew it. And I'll show you the steps as I go along. So my first step in sewing this toile will be to sew the darts. So I'm going to go ahead and create all the guidelines for it. So go ahead and do that on the other side. Okay, so now I have this. This way. I'm going to go ahead and I've gone ahead and sewn the bust dart, and then to sew the waist dart, Whereas I know that you can sew it from there all the way this way, I prefer to sew it starting from the waist and then to the end, and then I'll turn it the other way and start again from there to the end. I find that it gives me a cleaner finish because that way I don't have to backstitch at the end there. Okay, so I use the same method at the waist. So I start from here all the way to the end there, to the other side, and then start from there all the way to the end. I'm going to attempt to show you how I sew this. I try to capture that on the sewing machine now. So this is my middle point there. So when I get close to the end, about ½ inch to 3/4 inch towards the end, I will change my stitch to a tighter stitch and then sew it all the way like so. And then I'll cut the thread. So what I do is I'll then tie. So I did not back stitch at this end. All I'm doing is I tighten the stitch and then sewed all the way to the end. Then cut your thread and leave a little so that you can tie it. So I use this now and go ahead and tie it. I usually tie it about 3 times and then cut it. Okay, so that's it. And I'll go ahead and cut it, leaving just a little there. So we'll now turn it the other way, and then starting from the end of where we started previously. Remember to change your stitch back to the previous stitch. Then as you approach the end again, you tighten the stitch by 1 step. Okay, and sew it all the way without back stitching. Now we'll cut the thread, but allow enough to be able to tie it. So I'm going to show you what I've done so that you can see the reason why we've done that, how neat it makes the dart. Can you see how the edge of the end of that dart looks really clean? Looks very neat. Okay, and also look at this end, it looks very neat. So I'll go ahead and sew it in the same way on the other side. Okay. So that's the second one done as well. And also if we have a look on this side, see that we have a really clean dart finish. So here all the darts are sewn. This is the front, right side, and also this is the wrong side. I went ahead as well and sewed all the darts of the back. Next, I'll go ahead and give them a good press. Next, I'll go ahead and join the shoulders, putting right sides together. So I've gone ahead and joined the shoulder. Next up, I'll join the side seam. So I'll put the right sides together. So I'll go ahead and join the side seam and also do the same on the other side. This is what it's looking like so far. At this point, you can go ahead and check the fit of yours and make any adjustments if needed. In the part 2 of this video, I'll be showing you how to attach an inset sleeve to it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Till I see you in my next video. Bye for now.